Hello, I am Mr. Sandeep Dattatreya Kardale, Yum Farm Pharmaceutics lecturer, Mula Rural Institute of Pharmacy, Sone, and I am giving presentation on heat process part first. First of all, contents of presentation, definition of heat transfer, various methods of heat transfer, practice in pharmaceuticals, then desiccation, sublimation, evaporation, and factors affecting evaporation. First of all, definition. Heat is a form of energy. Heat flows from a system at higher temperature to a system of lower temperature. It is referred as heat transfer. Heat may be transferred from the source of heat to the articles from one place to another place by any of the following methods. First, conduction. In this method, the heat energy transfer takes place by transmission of momentum of individual molecules. Transfer in solids and liquids takes place by this method. The second, convection. In this method, the heat transfer takes place by the actual motion of the particles, that is, during the process of mixing, heat transfer in liquid takes place by this method. Third, radiation. In this method, the energy transfer takes place through space, that is, without using any medium. The heat of the sun reaches the earth by this method. So, this is the diagram showing three methods of heat transfer, that is, radiation, conduction, and also convection. The various heat process practice in pharmaceuticals are fusion, ignition, calcination, boiling, desiccation, excitation, evaporation, distillation, sublimation, efflorescence, drying, and freeze drying. So, first of all, we'll study desiccation. Desiccation is the process of complete removal of mechanically admixed water from substances. Apparatus used for laboratory scale is desiccator. Desiccator is used for the purpose. It is a closed glass vessel, a suitable dehydrating agent such as concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus trioxide, phosphorus pentoxide, anhydrous calcium chloride, anhydrous lime, or dried silica gel placed at lower part of the desiccators. The china dish having the material to be desiccated is placed on the perforated plate, which is held in place by its projected arms. So this is the diagram of desiccator. On upper part there is a ground glass surface, then the material it is kept below in the china dish having material to be desiccated. Below that there is a perforated place, and below it on lower surface dehydrating agent is placed like silica gel. The desiccator is closed with a cover which has ground edges and is usually creased to ensure an airtight joint. Some desiccators are provided with a ground glass stopcock in an outlet which may be attached to the vacuum pump to evacuate the air. This results in acceleration of the process of desiccation. Then applications. It helps in the size reduction of crude drugs. The presence of water in the crude drug has a greater elasticity and cannot be powdered properly. As such, for powdering the drug, it is first dried. Second, it reduces bulk and weight of drugs and hence increases the potency of a medicinal substance. Moreover, it reduces the cost of transportation and storage. Third, it helps in the preservation of vegetable and animal drugs. Presence of moisture causes decomposition of drugs due to bacterial growth, and hence desiccation helps in its preservation. Then sublimation. It is the process in which a solid gets converted into vapors without the formation of liquid, and on cooling the vapors get converted into solid. The product obtained after sublimation is called sublimate. Theory. When a solid is heated, it is converted either directly into vapors or first gets converted into liquid, and then on further heating it forms vapors. So solid it get converted into vapor and again into solid by cooling, that is type 1. A solid after heating gets converted into liquid, liquid after heating get converted into vapor, vapor after cooling get converted into liquid, and after liquid they are cooled it will convert into solid. The difference between the above two types is due to pressure. If a solid can at some temperature exert a vapor pressure equal to the external pressure, it will on heating to this point pass direct to vapor, and reverse changes will occur on cooling the vapor, that is true sublimation, that is type 1 will occur. If a solid cannot at any temperature exert a vapor pressure equal to the external pressure, it will when heated first liquefy and then gets converted into vapors on further heating. The reverse changes will occur on cooling, that is type 2. So this is the process, sublimation process. Upper side cotton wool plug, then cotton wool funnel substance is kept in a china dish. Apparatus used for laboratory scale. On a laboratory scale, sublimation can be done by using a china dish and a funnel. The material is placed in a china dish which is covered with a funnel placed in an inverted position. The funnel stem is plugged with a cotton wool. The outer surface of the funnel is cooled by wrapping it with a cotton wool soaked in cold water. The china dish is heated over a sand bath and the vapors are condensed in funnel. Applications. First, various chemicals are purified by sublimation in pharmacy. For example, iodine sublimed sulfur, methanol, mercury chloride, camphor, benzoic acid, ammonium chloride, naphthalene, etc. Second, it is also used for separating sublimating substance from non-sublimating. Types of sublimates. Depending upon the physical character, there are three types of sublimed substances which are as under. First, cake sublimate. This occurs when there is a very little difference in the condensing surface and the sublimating point of the volatile substance. For example, mercury chloride and ammonium carbonate. Second, powder sublimate. This occurs when there is much differences in the heating and cooling chamber, and the sublimate will condense more rapidly in the form of small particles, for example sulfur. Then crystalline sublimate. Some substances sublime in crystalline form, and the size of crystal depends upon the condition of condensation. For example, benzoic acid, iodine, naphthalene, methanol, etc. Then evaporation. Evaporation means a free escape of vapor from the surface of a liquid below boiling point. That is, evaporation can take place even at room temperature. The vapors formed exert a pressure known as vapor pressure, which varies with the temperature. The vapor pressure is maximum at the boiling point of a liquid because vapors are formed throughout the liquid. The vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to the atmospheric pressure at its boiling point. Factors affecting evaporation. The following are the factors which affect the rate of evaporation of a liquid. First, temperature. The rate of evaporation is directly proportional to the temperature of the liquid. Then second, temperature and time of evaporation. It has been observed that exposure to a relatively high temperature for a short period of time may be less harmful to the active principles of a drug than a lower temperature with exposure for a longer period. On the basis of this fact, liquid is exposed to a high temperature for a short period in a film evaporator. Third, temperature and moisture content. To avoid decomposition of the active principles of such materials, the evaporation is done at a low temperature and then the final drying is done at a high temperature when only little moisture remains in it. Fourth, types of product required. On evaporation of the liquid, the concentrated liquid, semi-solid and solids are formed. The selection of the method and the equipment required for evaporation depends upon the type of the product required. Fifth, effect of concentration. During evaporation, the upper layer of the liquid under evaporation has a tendency to form a film and formation of precipitate in the product, which results in lowering down of the rate of evaporation. Therefore, efficient stirring is required in order to prevent degradation of the product at the bottom due to excessive heat, and it will also prevent deposition of solids. Sixth, surface area. The rate of evaporation is directly proportional to the surface area of the evaporator in which the liquid is evaporated. The larger the surface area of the evaporator, the shorter is the time take to evaporate the liquid. 7th, vapor pressure of the liquid to be evaporated. The rated evaporation is directly proportional to the vapor pressure of the evaporating liquid. The liquid has the maximum vapor pressure at its boiling point. As such, the rate of evaporation can be increased by raising the temperature of the evaporating liquid. The rate of evaporation of liquid is the maximum at its boiling point. Lastly, thank you.